Imagine stepping into a place where time just stopped. Not in a metaphorical sense, but literally. Welcome to Bodie, California, one of America's most famous and best-preserved ghost towns. This isn't just a collection of old, crumbling buildings. It's a genuine time capsule, a town frozen in a state of arrested decay. What does that mean? It means the town is maintained just as it was when the last residents left. Furniture sits in houses, goods line the shelves of the general store, and even plates are set on tables covered in a thick layer of dust. It's like the entire population vanished in an instant, leaving everything behind. Bodie's story begins like many towns in the Old West, with the discovery of gold. In 1859, a group of prospectors, including a man named W.S. Bodie, struck it rich. The town that sprung up was named after him, though the spelling was changed to ensure it was pronounced correctly. By the late 1870s, Bodie was a booming metropolis, home to nearly 10,000 people. But this wasn't your idyllic frontier town. Bodie was infamous, known as one of the most lawless and violent towns in the Wild West. Saloons lined Main Street, some say as many as 65 of them. And gunfights were a daily occurrence. The town's newspaper once reported a local girl praying, "Goodbye, God, I'm going to Bodie." It was a place of high hopes and even higher stakes. Robberies, brawls, and shootouts were just part of the daily rhythm. The town had its own red light district, opium dens, and a reputation that spread far and wide. Life was tough. The winters were brutal, with heavy snows and freezing temperatures isolating the town for months. The work in the mines was dangerous, and the promise of wealth was often met with hardship and despair. Yet, people flocked here, drawn by the lure of gold and the chance to strike it rich. They built a community. So what happened? Why did this bustling, albeit dangerous, town become a ghost? The answer is simple. The gold ran out. The mines began to yield less and less. The economic engine of Bodie sputtered. A major fire in 1892 destroyed a significant portion of the business district, a blow from which the town never fully recovered. Another fire in 1932 sealed its fate, wiping out most of what was left. People started leaving, seeking their fortunes elsewhere. The once thriving population dwindled, until by the 1940s, Bodie was almost completely deserted. In 1962, Bodie became a California State Historic Park. The decision was made not to restore the town, but to preserve it exactly as it was. This is what makes Bodie so unique. When you walk its dusty streets, you're not looking at a reconstruction. You're seeing the real thing. Let's take a walk through the town. Peering through the grimy windows of the houses, you can see wallpaper peeling from the walls and personal belongings scattered about, as if their owners just stepped out for a moment. In the schoolhouse, books are still on the desks and lessons are written on the blackboard. It's an incredibly eerie and poignant sight. You can almost hear the echoes of children's laughter. The Methodist Church still stands, one of the few buildings to survive the fires. Its pews waiting for a congregation that will never return. And then there's the Standard Mill, where the gold ore was processed. It's a massive, skeletal structure that dominates the landscape. A silent testament to the industry that gave Bodie its life and, ultimately, its death. One of the most fascinating buildings is the J.S. Kane House. Kane was one of Bodie's most prominent citizens, a banker and a businessman. His house is one of the more refined in town, but even here, time has taken its toll. Looking inside, you get a glimpse into the life of Bodie's upper crust, a stark contrast to the modest miners' cabins nearby. But it's the general store that truly feels like a snapshot in time. Cans of food, boxes of soap, and bottles of medicine still sit on the shelves, all covered in a century's worth of dust. It feels like the shopkeeper could walk back in at any moment to ring up a customer. It's this level of preservation that makes Bodie so captivating and, frankly, a little spooky. And yes, there are ghost stories. Many visitors and park rangers have reported strange occurrences. Whispers in empty buildings, the sound of music from the long silent saloons, and even sightings of apparitions. One of the most famous is the Angel of Bodhi, a young girl who was supposedly kicked to death by a horse. Her ghost is said to haunt the Bodhi cemetery. Another legend involves the Bodhi curse. It's said that anyone who takes anything from the town, even a rock or a rusty nail, will be cursed with bad luck until the item is returned. The park office regularly receives packages from people all over the world, returning stolen souvenirs along with letters of apology detailing the misfortunes that have befallen them. Whether you believe in curses or not, it's a powerful reminder of the respect this place commands. Visiting Bodhi is an unforgettable experience. It's more than just a tourist attraction. It's a journey back in time. It forces you to reflect on the transient nature of life and the relentless march of history. The dusty streets, the silent homes, the empty saloons, they all tell a story of ambition, hardship, life, and death in the American West. So, if you're ever in the Eastern Sierras, make the trip. Drive down that long, bumpy dirt road and step into a world where time stands still. But remember the curse. Take only pictures. Leave only footprints. The ghosts of Bodhi might be watching. Thanks for joining me on this trip to America's most famous ghost town. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more adventures. Let me know in the comments what other historical places you'd like to explore. See you next time.